Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. What's going on, guys? Good morning or good afternoon. I should say happy Friday to you. Whoa, is Bitcoin? Maybe that's old. So good afternoon to you guys. Hope everyone is doing outstanding. Came across a couple of interesting things that I wanted to share with you guys. I think it's really apropos considering what is all going on with the beer code. So guys, listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in 0 to 10 minutes. Let's do this. So shout out to CoinDesk. Crypto trading volume rises in India after banking crisis and the beer code lockdown. Crypto trading volume rises in India. Tons of people. Ripple got a lot of stuff going on in India. But where do you think these guys, in terms of trading, are going to be looking when they go on these exchanges and they look at the top 5, top 10 digital assets? What do you think that might be? Interesting stuff here. So guys, listen, let me go over this article. Mumbai, it says India, the world's second most populous country, is increasingly embracing cryptocurrencies amid domestic economic issues and a nationwide beer code related lockdown. It all started on March 4th when the country's highest court squashed a Reserve Bank of India order dated April 6, 2018, which prohibited banks from providing services to entities dealing with cryptocurrencies. Activity on exchanges immediately picked up. So dealing with cryptocurrencies, activity on exchanges immediately picked up. There has been a considerable increase in trading volume on exchanges catering to Indian clients due to the clarity offered by the Supreme Court's ruling, said Ashish Singhal, founder and CEO of cryptocurrency exchange CoinSwitch. Crypto banking services platform Kasha India noted a spike of 800% in trading volumes in the 48 hours following the decision. The platform also registered a volume of 600 plus BTC in the first 24 hours. Of course, we know that most of these exchanges, you're going to have to go in and out of BTC first, right? So the first 24 hours, said Kasha CEO Kumar Gurav. Back then, Indian traders were in a rush, in large part due to rumors the government would intervene by declaring cryptocurrencies illegal. Every trader was looking to take advantage of the time window offered by the Supreme Court's ruling. Gurav said that likely fueled the initial spike in volumes. Momentum has remained strong ever since amid host of domestic and international calamities. So people are turning to digital assets amidst all the different things financially. With the beer code pandemic going on, people want to get into digital assets. And so for us, this is exciting, especially as early adopters in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. And of course, again, when they look at those top 10, what do you think they might figure they're going to get the best bang for their dollar? So there's the financial panic. The activity on exchanges further improved after Yes Bank, India's fourth largest lender, collapsed on March 6, damaging confidence in the country's banking system. The nationwide panic triggered by the Yes Bank crisis worked in favor of Bitcoin, boosting Kasha's sales at a daily rate of 250% to 450%, according to data provided by the platform. Traditional markets like equities and bonds panicked in March as the beer code outbreak gathered pace across Europe and in the United States. India's benchmark equity index, Nifty 50, cute, dropped by 23% in March, while the Indian rupee hit a record low of 74.40 per US dollar. Further, India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, announced a three-week long nationwide lockdown on March 24th to contain the beer cold outbreak, March 24th. Okay. However, the sell-off in traditional markets and the curfew haven't stopped Indians from venturing into cryptocurrencies. March is one of the best months, doubling the volume for last month, CoinSwitch Singhal said. The Mumbai-based cryptocurrency exchange Wazir X, has also registered growth amid the beer code crisis. Signups have increased by 25% during the lockdown, said Nishal Shetty, founder and CEO of Wazir X, our friends over at Wazir X. So, open 24/7. Investor interest in Bitcoin is likely sustained by round-the-clock trading. In contrast to Indian equity markets, which operate from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., Monday to Friday. Further, it is a decentralized peer-to-peer and borderless payment mechanism designed for situations like the ongoing beer cold pandemic, guys. That is really ultimately the key. 24/7. The whole safe haven, not trusting the bank, not trusting the financial markets, all of these different things, feeling like you're in more control of your future financially. This is where the digital asset space is taking everyone. And it's exciting, again, guys, for us to be early adopters in this space. One theory is the longer people can't go outside to conduct their business, the more useful BTC should become. It can be sent and received from the safety of one's home. Justin Gillespie, CEO of Titus Investment Advertisers and Bitcoin trader, told CoinDesk. If the volume growth seen over the past month of anything to go by, investors' interest certainly looks to have picked up. Within a span of 30 days, daily trading volume on WazirX has increased by 60%, and the exchange has received a total amount of 100 crore rupees, which is approximately 13 million US dollars, WazirX CEO Nishal Shetty said. Meanwhile, cryptocurrency exchange CoinDCX has witnessed a 78.36% increase in trading volumes in the BTC and INR pairs. We also had a trading competition that saw 800 BTC volume in BTC INR markets, said CoinDesk CEO, said CoinDesk chief executive, Sumit Gupta. Again, guys, India, the second largest in terms of population, is increasing the volume. They're increasing their numbers. They're increasing their participation in the digital asset space. And so for us, this is massive, massive news, right? This speaks to mass adoption, right? Because we've all said this before, we need more of us in this space, participating in the space. And this is a clear indication of that happening in India, the second largest, in terms of population in the world, right? So this is really great, again, for us. I hope you guys get that. The bigger picture is we need more people in the space. We don't need the same people that's been in the space since 2015, 2016, trading amongst each other, right? We need more people into the space, right? So this is really great news. Let me share something that I think is kind of just a bigger picture to kind of pay attention to, right? Because we got 3 levels that we talk about leveling up our IQ on this channel. We want to level up our XRP IQ. We want to level up our digital asset space IQ. We want to level up our financial IQ as well. In order to do the latter, the financial IQ, we have to pay attention to what's going on, the bigger picture of what's going on. So this is an article from zerohedge.com that I want to share with you guys. That's interesting to pay attention to because it feels, it feels like most of this makes sense to me. The Fed and the Treasury have now merged, and this is according to Tyler Durden, right? He's the author in this article. So, listen to it, make sure that you come to your own conclusion, right? So submitted by Jim Bianco of Bianco Research. As I've argued, the Fed and the Treasury merged. Powell said this was the case today from his Q&A. And I did watch that Q&A. These programs we are using under the laws, we do these, as I mentioned, this is a quote from the Treasury Secretary, I believe. So as I mentioned in my remarks, with the consent of the Treasury Secretary and the fiscal backing from the Congress, so I guess this is Powell, and we are doing it to provide credit to households, this is from Powell, businesses, state and local governments, as we are directed by the Congress. We are using that fiscal backstop to absorb any losses we have. Our ability is limited by the law. We have to find unusual and exigent circumstances, and the Treasury Secretary has to agree. And we are using this fiscal backstop. There is really no limit on how much of that we can do other than meet the test under the law as amended by Dodd-Frank. We covered the fact that they amended that Dodd-Frank rule, right? We covered that on the channel before. So the Fed needs the Treasury Secretary's permission to do this. The Fed needs the Treasury Secretary's permission, right? And so we can argue and we can mix words and say they technically haven't merged, but in the end, for them to operate, they have to go through, we all through the Treasury Secretary. We all know, we talk about Mnuchin, kind of having a different walk about him these days. It feels as though he's kind of running the show and has kind of gotten a broader, if you will, a broader platform, if you will, a broader brush, right, to paint and do different things, right? And he's leveraging that. He certainly is feeling himself, as we like to say. That means Trump, right? So if the Fed needs the Treasury Secretary's permission to do these things, right, that means Trump must approve this, as Treasury Secretary serves at the pleasure of the president. No doubt Kudlow was asked to weigh in, which would be appropriate for the National Economic Chairman to do. So Larry was able to know this is coming when we said 2 days ago, National Economic Chairman. So the Fed is sitting with the ultimate bazooka. The real question is not how far they will go. That is unlimited. But will Trump ever allow them to stop? Does Trump think he can ram the stock market to the Dow Jones Industrial Average 40,000, despite what fair value might say it is? And will he demand the Fed print the mother of all bubbles to get reelected? The bigger picture is always the reelection, right? We talk about it on the channel all the time. We all say the Donald, right? We're all in agreement that the Donald has a plan. It's just what and where does it fit? Where does Ripple and XRP fit in that plan ultimately? Sure, his end goal is obviously to get reelected. How does he do it? We all know, listen to Cryptopolis, certainly the stock market and how that plays out is going to be a huge part into whether or not he's going to get reelected. We all know that. So it says it is now legal, and Trump now has the authority to do exactly this. The Fed has given away its independence to the administration. The only thing that would stop him is discipline and restraint. 2 words not often associated with the Donald, President Trump. So I do think that's an important thing to note. There's another article I'm not going to go over. I might cover it later today. The Fed is seizing control of the entire U.S. bond market. Guys, very important to understand what is going on, and so that we can be 2 and 3 and 4 steps ahead, so we're not caught off guard. We have to pay attention to the overall bigger play here. So interesting article from Yahoo. I'll cover it in another video. But guys, here's the thing that's important to know. There is a bigger play. Never ever forget, that Executive Order 13772, which is a new financial system, was signed by the Donald, President Trump himself. And it mentioned Ripple in the article, in that particular order. Mnuchin put it together with the help of someone else signed by the Donald, Mnuchin, the Donald, Mnuchin, the Donald. Executive Order 13772. He has it in his hip pocket, and we shall see when and how he uses it in the future. All right, guys, listen, I ain't going to wrap up this video like I do all my videos and remind you of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, but we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.